Did they come
Grandpa,
back? Oh, they did come
Look,
back.
Mr. Sigma's back.
Thank God.
Took you long enough.
Sorry, I went to look for you guys. That took 35 minutes. Well, the walk to and back probably took like 10, 15 minutes in of itself. So I would imagine that we probably had like a 20-minute conversation with the
In the
dude
AB rooms.
in timeline-wise.
Yep.
Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah, Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Nothing that
Oh.
significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this round. That's it.
And you had to tell me that no matter what. Big warehouse is big. Yeah, it's pretty big. The walk is probably what takes the longest, to be totally honest. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
That's actually a very fair point. I don't think they would, like, intentionally want to screw me over, but they're going to get to 9 BP no matter what I do.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I'll choose betray. That would mean you choose betray to protect yourselves.
But that's why we're telling you we won't choose betray.
Yeah, but you're gonna get 9 BP and you're gonna leave. You're gonna freaking leave. What do you think's gonna happen? Can I trust
Of
you?
course.
Then again, we can play the AB game as many times as we want now at this point, right? So they could just stick around. They could. Let's say we do this in both ally. Everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you, but I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you aren't going to just open the number 9 door and leave us in the
I
lurch?
can guarantee it.
How?
I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so.
Yeah, there's still 5 other players you need to think about here. What is everybody else's numbers? I don't
I
remember.
swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
Isn't Dio also at 8 points?
I swear too. I promise.
Man, so all you've got is a promise, huh?
When I make a promise, I keep it.
No, you don't.
Trust me.
Please.
No, you don't. That's what you did last time. That's what you did last time, and you
You've
totally
gotta
changed your
trust
vote on me.
us.
He's saying he won't, but that means Quark still can. I see that loophole. 10 me oldie. Alright, fine. I'll trust you. 10 Myoji received 9 BP. 10 Myoji leveled up. 10 Myoji has fallen.
Until Amadeus game polling closes.
11 Myoji.
We're counting on you, Sigma.
You gotta choose
That's great.
ally. You promised.
Alright, well, let's get moving. Did Temyoji in this timeline choose to betray Sigma? Yeah, Temyoji's always been up against us. I'm pretty sure the first time, the first voting, he betrayed us in the first round.
1 minute remains until
I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Temyoji? Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I'd be that much closer to 9. And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try to escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet, but...
Please. You've gotta trust us. You've gotta choose ally.
Dude, either way, you lost. Just take the L and ally.
You promised.
I should probably ally, shouldn't I? I mean, we're gonna go back and do the other route anyway. But, Temyoji I could betray easily enough. But Quark? What the hell was I going to do?
10 seconds.
Oh, lovely.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Have you always gone into this room?
3.
This particular
2,
room? I might have,
1.
actually. I don't know. It's a good question. Why are you thinking you're gonna pick both anyway? I'm just trying to think, like, what would make the most sense? I guess ally. In a situation like this. I mean, either way. I don't know.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
I don't know. I don't see really any good outcome no matter what I pick.
Will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you, Ambidex.
Fucker can't be trusted. Well, I mean, if he betrays me, what's gonna happen? He's still gonna leave. They're gonna get out of there. So, I don't know. I'm hedging my bets. I'm hedging my bets. They're not gonna just
from
leave
round
us.
3, please.
Who's still alive? Actually, most everybody. Luna isn't. Or, no, not Luna. Betray. Betray ally. Really? You motherfucker! Wait, they... Why? Why? Why would they do that? Alice is the only one who isn't alive. What the hell? I don't understand. Clover can get out of here now, too. Yeah, of course that makes sense for Luna and Clover to pick Betray, though. I mean, God forbid they pick Ally, and Kay betrayed, Luna would be dead. So that makes total sense. I'm really surprised Kay picked Ally, though. Why? Why did Kay ally? Oh, maybe he couldn't stand the thought of maybe murdering Luna. Maybe he had no choice. But now this means myself, Kay, Luna, Dio, Phi, and Alice are stuck here. Clover, Temyoji, and Quark can leave.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet
Wasn't
points.
it obvious they would betray? I mean, I guess, but at the same time, they really didn't have any reason to betray if they could pretty much guarantee me that I would pick Ally. I mean, either way, they're going to get points. I mean, only if, well, I guess if I betrayed, they wouldn't. I guess if I betrayed, they wouldn't, so they just decided to be safe. That's bullshit. That's total bullshit. Hey, what the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me?
Quark had
Since
nothing
when
to do
isn't
with
Alice
this.
dead?
I made the vote.
Grandpa.
All right, fine. Why'd you break your promise, Tenmyoji?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
Oh yeah, that is the only thing he did. What? So you're not going to leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
What?
Look, see Clover over there?
Oh shit, yeah. Clover. Clover, that's right. Clover's fucking bolting. He didn't have to. Clover's gonna do it. Son of a bitch, did he calculate that? Did he think Clover would be able to get to... Well, of course. The only way they would have been able to is if Kay was, you know, willing to risk Luna's life and betray them. Yeah, you gotta admit, that is slick. It is.
Jeez.
That bitch!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
So the 3 of them are getting out. Spadoodlos! What?
No! God damn it!
Alice. Hey guys, seriously, what's it like to be alive and have more than 1 BP? Oh no.
Clover, are you really going to leave?
Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
You sons of bitches.
So Sigma, happy? I kept my promise.
You bastard! We allied you. You could have allied and still gotten out. You didn't need to be an ass about it. Ah, Dio, fuck you.
Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell, I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Temyoji.
You say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that. He's got to pay for what he's done.
He?
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah, No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose.
Wait, what? Who?
I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
Who?
What?
Can you tell us before you go, please? So I can use my timey-wimey bullshit powers and take it to the next timeline?
The number
Work became a
9
gremlin in that
door
cowering animation.
has been
Gremlin.
opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
What? I look down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game.
Huh? Couldn't you have seen the hologram in the AB in the office too? I'm willing to bet he did.
I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is.
Yeah, but it was a guy, so we can rule out Phi, Alice, and Luna, and the old lady.
So, read it, okay?
What
See you
are
later,
you giving
Mr.
me?
Sigma.
Yeah, see you later, Quark. We'll be back. We'll be back.
See you.
Goodbye.
Fuck all of you, god damn it, for leaving me behind. Ugh. And of course, the one time that I'm able to get out, they all stop me. So I'm fucking screwed. We did get out that one time though.
The number 9 door.
The
has
doctor, that
closed.
timey-wimey part is my line.
This ends the no. Thank you. As the escape, please.
Thanks. Alright, what is this shit you gave me?
Shit.
Seem very targeted. We're allowed to play for them.
They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. Okay. What do we got here? It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow I managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. Guess I was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. Why are the clouds red? Are they in Gotham City or something? I don't know. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. So he is kind of his grandson. It sounds like adopted, though. Grandpa didn't need to worry, though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went out the oh my god! I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Either that or something's weird about you, buddy. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that. I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I'd started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd ask her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. Yeah, I bet. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everybody about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me like while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." What a little fucking jackass. Oh my god. It never bothered me before. But after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think maybe he didn't really want me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he had, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and sat me down on the stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid. My legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Give the kid some credit. He's got some tiny as hell handwriting if he can fit all this on 2 pages. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. Is that like a root beer? Root beer float? It's full of some brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream. It took me to realize what it was. A root beer float. It is a root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. No, root beer does not have alcohol. Root beer is basically soda, is what it is. It took me a minute to realize, alright, root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. What? Since when? What post-apocalyptic world do we live in? There it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure it was real at that point, and then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real. I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Is this really mine? He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. I never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. What made me happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's got to be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he'd just found me and adopted me or not. He'd bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother, but had never tasted root beer. What kind of priorities are these? Like, that makes no sense. What kind of world do they live in that root beer floats aren't, like, a normal thing? Root beer floats and termites, huh? Yeah, it's weird. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good until the fight. What? Fight? What? Some old drunk guy had yelled at me, and all the junk I found was totally useless. It was almost over and I was fed up, so I grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I'd found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and I just yelled, "I don't care." Then he got mad and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. Way to go, kid. I was pretty upset and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. Oh my god. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop, though, so I just sat there staring at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. I may not have a mother, but root beer floats my boat, and that makes it all fine. Kept raining all night, and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. At first, I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. This fucking song, I'm already fucking crying. I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain looking for me. It felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he'd collapsed. It was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening, that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever, and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. there wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. I bet. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. Aw, man. Aw, man. He'd have been good friends with Roxas, giving him a like ice cream. He was an old man, and that he meant it was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone. But maybe he'd been a little too strict. All the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he lost back. I can relate. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't. So that's both Tenmyoji and Quark's backstory. Shit, man. Shit, man. That's some serious shit. Tenmyoji end. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I'm crying, game. Why? God damn it. You know, family and kids, that's always what gets to you the most. Alright, well, let's go back and betray his ass because he betrayed me! Sentiment is over!
1 minute.
That's it. I'm fucking keeping your ass here. Oh, that's better. I feel better now. Ah.
Results
Team
from
G, I'm
round 3
dying.
of the Amberdex game will now please.
If that's Quark's backstory, then you gotta wonder what's in the Quark ending. That's actually a good point, because there has to be a Quark ending, right? Betray. So Clover's still getting out of here. And this time, Tenmyoji and Quark are staying. If I'm going down, you're coming down with me.
Points have been assigned
Time
or
to
subtracted
betray them.
accordingly. Please.
Oh, God. Hey, what's the deal?
Quark had nothing to do with it. I entered the vote.
So why'd you choose betray?
Couldn't I ask you the same thing?
Well, because I knew you'd do it.
I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though. Look, Clover's over by the door.
What? Yep, there she goes. Watch him ally this time. Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah. Bye, Felicia. I mean, Clover. What the hell? Well, she's still leaving. Oh, well. They should come, my fanboy.
9 door.
Fuck, she opened it.
Ugh. Why?
Clover, wait!
Clover, what the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm going to call the others. I'll
What?
do justice for Alice.
Justice? Wait, do you mean... I do love the music in this game. The music is
The
really
number
freaking top-notch.
9, it will remain.
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
Dio leapt at Clover, his fists raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved toward the door.
Goodbye.
I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice. Who is leaking information about Zero being a termite mech? Now you got Temyoji's ending. Now suffer with feels. That was actually pretty sad.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the escape, please.
Yep. That's the end of that. Is that just the end, or is there like any scene afterwards? Nope, that's just the end. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, game. Clover went Ultra Instinct and avoided Dio. Yeah, seriously. Alright, well, that is the end of that pathway. So, that's actually the end. That's the end of the entirety of this yellow path, except for, this lock right here. 5 minutes of life. We don't have the information for that. We actually have to go back now. We have to go take this cyan door. Holy shit, we finally made it through the second branch. That took forever. It took absolutely forever. All right, let's do it. Cyan door time. The cyan door with Alice. The only paths we have not taken yet. I'm thinking I'd like to go with Alice and take the cyan door. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, sure.
That means Quark and I are getting paired with Luna.
I don't have a
We
problem
have
with
to
that.
go back, Marty. We have to go back to the future.
Miss Luna's nice.
That's fine with me, too.
Back to the past, to the beginning.
We'll take the yellow door then, right?
That means Clover and I will take the purple door with Tenmyoji.
Aw, I wanted to go with Alice.
Not this time.
Something wrong with me?
Well, no, not wrong.
Okay, what is it then?
Well, you're really gonna make me say it?
What, you don't like old guys?
You're... Oh,
Oh my god, I was kidding! I was joking!
What? Well, I'll have you know, I'm as spry as I was when I was 20.
I don't think that's true, but okay. Oh jeez, gamer, oh jeez.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7.
Alright, let's make our way through. We don't have time for this. We need to go.
You're getting an earful later, young lady.
yeah, whatever.
3, 2, 1,
Oh, god damn it.
0. Chromatic doors closing.
Alright, well, that is that. We are now through the cyan door. Imagine if Marty and Doc, for some bullshit reason, end up at VLR instead of their destination. That would be the worst timeline. The crew quarters. Is this just a hallway?
The door said crew quarters.
Oh, this is the first time we're actually in here to investigate,
People
isn't
probably
it?
stayed here.
There are numbers on each of the doors.
Interesting. Luna honestly reminds me of Haru.
So they're room 1,
Maybe a little bit.
room 2, room 3, etc.
I guess we might as well start by opening one of them. Start at number 1. A very good place to start. Schrodinger's cat, really? Oh no. I don't want to look
Looks
at
like
the
we were
box. I don't
right.
even want to think about the box.
This place really says someone lives here.
Yeah, there's a bed and everything.
Yep.
But who would be spending the night in a place like this?
It looks too plain to be a guest room. This room probably belonged to a laborer or some kind of blue-collar worker. Guess this is where the people who worked here stayed.
What were they working on?
Beats me. Why would I know that anyway?
I'm so sorry, Fi.
I don't know what this place is any more than you do. Your guess is as good as mine.
Do you think it might be a coal mine? Or maybe they're drilling for oil or something.
I don't know about that.
Easter egg time. I'll gather some up and give them to you at once. There are several in this room. Easter egg time? What? What do you think this hall leads
You
to?
want to go have a look?
Might as well. Yep, no luck, it's
No
locked.
getting out of the hallway until we can unlock it then, I guess.
Looks that way.
All right, let's split up and have a look at these cabins. Let's split up, gang. Scooby and Shaggy, you go that way. Zero told us that there's key cards we can use to open the AB rooms. Maybe there's one hidden in here somewhere. Yes, we know all of this. All right, seek a way out. Let's do it.